Welcome to the class Sketching with Intuition, Everyday Objects. Before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at an everyday object and thought, this could be art? What if I told you that with just a piece of paper and a pencil, you could transform even the simplest things like a water bottle or a breakfast plate into meaningful sketches? Today, we're going to explore how to see the beauty in the ordinary and sketch it with intuition and observation. We'll briefly draw inspiration from artists like David Hockney, who remind us that art isn't about replicating reality, but about expressing how we see and feel about it. His approach to capturing the essence of everyday objects encourages us to focus on the details that inspire us. Let's have some fun and get started. Step 1. Prepare your materials. Keep it simple. Since this is practice, I'm using a pencil and a piece of plain paper. Your tools don't need to be fancy. What's important is your mindset. Now, let's find our first object to sketch. I've randomly chosen a water bottle. To me, it's not about making it look realistic. What inspires me to draw are the water drops suspended on the bottle wall. Instead of sketching the entire object, I focus on the feeling I get when observing the bottle. I add shades because I notice how they interact with the bottle's shapes. In my mind, I'm already imagining how the final sketch might look. How about you? You can either pick up your pencil and sketch along with me, or just watch as I express my impressions of these items. Remember, my drawing is not the answer. It's just my interpretation. Go with what you feel like expressing on paper. This time, I've chosen a bucket with a brush and 2 wooden clips. I've switched to a brown fine liner for this sketch. Once again, keep it simple. For this one, I'm focusing on the clips. What intrigues me is the way the clips interact with the bucket, the patterns they form, and how they're positioned. It's a fun process, and it keeps me engaged. Always remember, what excites you about an object is the best place to start your sketch. When I'm sketching the clips, I think about how observation helps us connect with our subject, just as master artists do. It's not about perfection, but capturing the relationship between the objects and the feeling they evoke. Now, let's work on our third sketch. This one is special because it's inspired by my breakfast. I've chosen to draw the utensils and elements left on the table, a discharged egg yolk, and the texture of the table mat. For me, these details were the first things that caught my attention, and I didn't wait to capture that idea. You might prefer drawing the cup, plate, or spoon instead. Follow your interest. Draw whatever excites you. That's the key to expressing yourself well. As we move through these objects, I want you to notice how each choice reflects a unique moment or feeling. For the water bottle, it was the play of light and shadows on the droplets. For the bucket, it was the intricate patterns of the clips. And for the breakfast utensils, it was the textures and remnants that told a story. By focusing on these small details, you begin to see everyday objects with a new perspective. And here's the most important takeaway: you don't have to finish every sketch. Sketching is as much about the process as it is about the final piece. It's about focusing on the most compelling part of your subject and embracing imperfections. This approach highlights the beauty of imperfection, or what I like to call perfect imperfection. By practicing these techniques, you'll train your eyes to observe deeply and your hand to express intuitively. Through these exercises, I hope you'll discover a newfound appreciation for the world around you and for your own creativity. Let's begin our practice together, and most importantly, enjoy the process. Stay tuned for our next class, where we'll take these concepts outdoors and learn to sketch with intuition in nature. I can't wait to explore with you.